Top 10 games of 2016. It's what everyone looks forward to at the end of the year, or in this case, 2 weeks into the next one. The systematic, competitive judgment of a transcendent art form. I know who you people are. Here, before I change my mind. Number 10, Fire Emblem Fates. I have my gripes with Fates. It was split unnecessarily into two versions. The characters aren't as memorable as Awakening. The new weapon mechanics are undesirable. The DLC missions fall flat. So with all of that going on, what redeems Fates enough that it is allowed a spot on this list? Well, it's a Fire Emblem game. Still played the shit out of it. I like the idea of two warring kingdoms pining for you to choose their side and join their family. Although I think they made Nor too objectively evil and Hoshido too objectively good. Plus, the kingdom of Hoshido has Sakura and waifu ultimate Setsuna. I mean, with those adorable goddesses, why would you even consider opposing them? Overall, Fates is fun, especially if you marry Setsuna. Number 9, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Again, we have an entry in an established series that takes some steps forward and some steps backwards into a gaping pit of spikes. The online activities aren't as seamless as X and Y and take longer to unlock. The game is bogged down for hours by incessant tutorialing, and I felt more constricted than usual being consistently shepherded to my next main mission objective. However, the world of Alola is vibrant, and the Pokemon within it are darling. Rockruff is an instant Gen 7 mascot, and Mimikyu demands your love and adoration. The characters, with the exception of Hau, are worth investing in the story, and the new gym replacing trials fit well into the progression scheme. Sun and Moon is a great Pokemon game, like all who came before it. Number 8, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Say what you want about it, how it's empty, lifeless, a shoehorned open-world collectathon, but I still liked it. This is an example of a game where the gameplay is fun enough and consistent enough to survive the anti-narrative repellent it ships with. There aren't compelling reasons for why you're shimmying up poles and hanging from drones, but fuck my ass if it ain't entertaining to do so. The hand-to-hand, or more accurately, falling foot-to-face combat is actually fun this time around. The enemy soldiers aren't the juggernauts they were in the first game, and you can easily take on a group of them with varied shoves, slides, throws, and jump attacks because you're a hot Asian badass. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a good game when you treat it like the bare-bones sandbox it is and play it with those expectations in mind. Number 7, Shantae, Half Genie Hero. Shantae in HD is like Christmas for my hard drive. The sexy Half Genie is on a mission to save her town from pretty much every villain she ever fought in previous games, which I never played because those are most definitely not HD. I'm not a graphics snob, but once you see the lush, beautiful, expertly animated snake and mermaid tits of Half Genie Hero, I don't know how anyone could go back to pixels. Shantae suffers from an excess of backtracking through previously cleared levels with new transformations and powers that may allow you to access one new area per trip. But the scene pulling on display here keeps you compelled to explore every cranny for that next ability that could open multiple pathways up to you. The game starts out difficult with your small sampling of health, but as you explore areas and grab way too many fucking heart containers, you'll eventually be able to tank your way through any fight that happens to you. Shantae is a lovable hero, and her cast of cohorts and villains is a colorful one, in a game that is worth the time of all platforming/Rule 34 fans. Number 6, Digimon Story Cybersleuth. My biggest surprise of 2016 by far. I never played a Digimon game before, never watched the anime, didn't know a damn thing about what I was getting into. Flash forward to 5 a.m., still playing this game. Maybe I'm a niche circumstance, because to me, discovery was everything in the game, and established fans maybe wouldn't be as enamored with it as I was for those few days when I was just trying to see all the different possible evolutions and de-evolutions, but it was one of the more fun, grindy experiences I've ever had. There are some difficult stall-based battles that make you rely too heavily on recovery items sometimes, and quest locations can be hard to pinpoint, but Digimon Story Cybersleuth made me glad I was financially bored at 11 p.m. Not like that new Digimon World Next Order you can pre-order, that looks like trash, but we'll see. Number 5, Dark Souls 3. After playing Dark Souls 3, I can safely say that I'm done. I've had my fill of that particular world and its lore and weaponry. Dark Souls 3 is the best in the Dark Souls series, no doubt. I just think that medieval fantasy setting has run its course. In its efforts to fan service the player base by revisiting famed locales from the original Dark Souls, I think it actually made franchise fatigue set in a bit earlier. As a standalone game, though, Dark Souls 3 is very solid, delivering everything you expect from the subgenre, including terrible weapon scaling, 2 good boss weapons, obligatory poison pools, getting hella ganked, and boss ranking videos that piss everyone off. While a very good game, inarguably, here's hoping the Dark Souls universe is gone forever and replaced with forays into new thematic backdrops, like the superior Bloodborne experience. Number 4, Uncharted 4. Naughty Dog has nothing to prove, but continues to do so anyway with every game they release. Uncharted 4 is a wonderful culmination of a franchise that sends off its characters in a way we can all relate to, playing video games on the couch. This incredible moment is just the piece de resistance of a methodically placed story that never fails to capture your sense of awe or aha, coupled with gunplay and puzzle elements that only ever drive the experience forward. If you've played Uncharted, it shouldn't be missed. If you haven't played Uncharted, play Uncharted, and then don't miss it. Number 3, Doom. What a brilliant resurrection. After the school cafeteria fire that was Doom 3, Doom has come back to relevancy in an unignorable way, delivering the most fun single-player shooter campaign perhaps of all time, certainly of the franchise. Doom Guy runs around aggressively not giving a fuck about every story trope the other characters try and confine him to, from destroying entire planetary energy sources to jumping into lava and dying like the Terminator. Doom is a rampaging gun porn that whets your appetite for destruction and makes me slightly hungry whenever he rips the juice out of those monster spawners. It just looks like it would make a great steak. Number 2, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Mankind Divided's innovations largely don't matter, which puts it equal to Human Revolution in my mind. It delivers exactly what you expect from it, and remains one of my favorite stealth shooter hybrid series to date. You've got to put an exorbitant amount of upgrade points into hacking if you want to access much of the rewarding alternate paths of the game, but you got options no matter what proficiencies you choose. The boss battles from Human Revolution that everyone but me hated are gone from this entry, replaced with only 2 boss-like encounters throughout the entire game that admittedly do feel more realistic, as the enemies are less inexplicably bullet spongy, and you can actually hide from them. There are plenty of missions to take on and places to discover, although I had a few issues with objective markers that were not updating based on my progress. Enjoy the single-player campaign, which has a satisfying new game plus, and touch none of the waste of time other features. Number 1, Salt and Sanctuary. I fucking love this game, and I've never even beaten it. I'm stuck on the second to last boss with 6 different characters, and have been since the beginning of 2016. I gave up on it, never looked back, never played the game again, and I'm still giving it my 2016 Game of the Year. Salt and Sanctuary is a 2D action platformer Souls-like. That means it's got its versions of Estus, bonfires, souls, stat upgrades, bosses, weapons, hidden areas, covenants, everything, but with much more innovation attached. You use drops from defeated enemies to craft better weaponry. You lose maximum HP with each hit you take to prevent over-reliance on healing items. Your max stamina decreases as you expend energy as well, all recoverable by resting at a sanctuary. The bosses are varied and intense, the platforming is solid, the difficulty is difficult, and it's just a goddamn good time. If you like platformers, or action games, or 2D games, or Souls games, or video games, you need to give Salt and Sanctuary a try. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and donate to my motherfucking Patreon, which is patreon.com/sunburnedalbino. And I'll see you guys next time.